All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We are playing Werewolf the Apocalypse tonight, continuing our Future Lives in Dust campaign. We are outside of a teenage cult, and no one's really sure how we got here. But
you said the word. You said
what?
the word.
What? That it's a cult?
The C word.
I didn't say they weren't a cult. I just said you too are a cult. So maybe
we're a pack. It's different.
Maybe people who live in cults shouldn't throw stones or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. There's a phrase in there somewhere. I don't. Everything's gonna be fine. I mean, they could have taken you out. You guys are at the top of a mountain. Your technology doesn't work. You're beaten up and wounded from a fight you had. And a highway, there's a guy here who doesn't like Duke, and Duke doesn't like him, or whatever, or something like that. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong. I feel like this is
going to be great, and we're not going to split the party. We're all going to go in here together
because we're all committed, and everyone said yes.
I'm getting out of here. You guys have
team
fun.
on 3.
They will gladly give you a ride down the mountain there, Lou. No problem. Hop in the truck. Everything will be fine.
Okay, I can. I'll just turn into a wolf and run down myself.
No. You don't want to run down a wolf. You don't want down the mountain as a wolf. No. There's too many puddles. Damn it! I couldn't think of anything.
Oh no, the water is going to make me melt.
You don't want to get your paws dirty.
Oh no, my little beans.
I did reach out to the people at Whataburger, see if they would like to sponsor the stream. They declined by not responding. So we're not no more. What I guess we can't go to a Whataburger. I was thinking about actually putting a Whataburger inside the cult territory that you're about to possibly go into, but I felt that might undercut some things. We'll see. I don't know. Anyhow, why don't we go ahead and introduce everybody and we'll get started. So Eustace, Jeremy, tell us about Eustace.
Eustace is our Philodox Hart Warden. He's a pretty mellow guy. Does some brewing of spiritual essences, does some care and rejuvenation, and just overall pretty nice guy.
Excellent. And I think you're gonna like it here. I really do. Maybe not at first, but after a couple of weeks and some conditioning, I think you're really going to enjoy it here. Okay. Next. Next up, Melissa, tell us about Selena.
So Selena is our I just blanked on everything. She is our aging hippie wolf who I think the consensus last session is that now that she went into Krynos form, that this was a new discovery for her. This is really the way to go to really make the most of this this werewolf nest that she embodies. I just Children of Gaia. That's what just wouldn't come to my head. I just
asked a student a question in the middle of class. They had no idea. They didn't do the reading, and they just bullshitted the whole answer. It's the same thing you've been saying for 2 months now. So we're playing the same character.
Because we switched to the online thing. So where I look at it on my paper, I'm not looking at the paper anymore. And it's just totally a different place. And I'm just not.
Goodness.
It just wasn't there.
We're moving on. Evan, tell us about Duke.
I don't even know what to say. No. Duke is the obvious, fearless, noble leader of the pack who has taken them to this old man who we're not a cult, but this guy's clearly in a cult to try and save his other pack members as they have eaten Bane. They've eaten black stuff. I don't know, some kind of goop might kill them.
Mm-hmm. I really think everyone should reserve judgment until you see what's beyond this gate. And then we can have a discussion.
The ritual
on
and sacrifice
categorization of whatever, I mean, you guys ritually destroyed a bunch of werewolf guys and stuff like that. So I mean, like I said,
we do have actual things called rituals. So I think
they're called rites. Okay,
rites. They're called rites. All right, Melissa.
I just talked to the
What's
earth
going
to try and
on?
make it feel good.
I swear there is something that I have that is literally a ritual. Like it takes
Sure.
time because it is a ritual.
Mhm, mhm.
That is a thing. I read that.
Okay, hippie lady. That's great. Too much peyote for Selena.
I'm just gonna
All right.
mute myself over here.
That sounds like a wise plan. All right. Next up, we've got Lou. Kipser, tell us about Lou.
Lou is a Ragabash glasswalker, the sort of paranormal investigator. Some of those abilities work sometimes. Lots of little spiders that they love, that someone doesn't love or appreciate for unknown reasons. And Duke is wrong, and we need to run away and just like not go in there. This cult is
Yeah.
no bueno.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't see it's just a gate, guys. It's just a gate. What's wrong with it? You're up on a mountain,
They
fresh
what if they
air.
come out wearing white, like
What?
everything matching? No.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll change some notes in terms of what they're wearing. They're all wearing denim. Every one of them. Just denim everywhere.
Denim dresses.
Canadian
Um,
tuxedos.
Wait, they get Canadian tuxedos. I'm in. I'm sorry, y'all.
I got
Ever
two
since I
now.
went to Sturgis a couple years back, I wanted one of those.
Very nice. You're gonna see pull it up is that Karen lady that we met like overnight. She's just gonna pull up. They're gonna let her in. They're gonna know her really well. It's great. It'll be fine.
Also, my kid is totally alive.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I would never kill a character's kid off screen. I would never do that. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would let, them get captured.
Be on the
them-
cusp so that they can be dramatically killed as soon as they return.
Yeah.
Right.
Corrupted by some horrible spirit.
Yeah.
That I would do
In the hands of a
held
cult.
for ransom. Yeah, I would put them in the hands of a cult. All these are things I probably would do.
Turned
I
into
probably
a
wouldn't do.
vampire, so we have to deal with that problem.
Yeah,
You're the vampire lover.
That's
Yeah.
true.
it's fair.
Steal some
I'm
voodoo
very-
dolls.
Voodoo doll. Oh my god! I just thought you said Goo Goo dolls for a second. I'm like, what?
Yes.
Yes. Talking about '90s.
Also
pop.
that.
So
What are you
did
talking
I.
about?
I was like,
Escalated it to kidnapping. I was talking voodoo dolls. But yeah, no, let's just escalate to
All right. Finally, let's let Ahroun introduce Jacques for us.
Well, Jacques is that human name of the plague-ridden weaver lovers that he's abandoned. He sticks to Forepaws now. Under the Ahroun moon is a red town we're born to be. He's Quiet Claw. And he's quite happy to be in some place where technology does not work, because he considers it the absolute bane to the Green Mother.
Jacques is young too, right? Isn't Jacques
Yeah.
the youngest of the party?
Yes, he's like early
You're gonna like it
20s.
here. I think Jacques is gonna like it here. Jacques might not want to go back to Guys of
I
Grove,
not want to go back. I don't know. We'll see.
especially since to ritually sacrifice the rest of his pack. So there's like no reason to go back.
You
Anyhow,
know, I mean, you got to find a new pack at that point, right?
there's plenty to choose from. You are radically outnumbered by much younger and more healthy and fit people that can easily track you down as you try to escape down the mountain. All right, so last session, you all got into a bloody battle with some kind of special forces unit that you discovered very quickly and painfully that they were very well equipped to fight werewolves, as they had silver rounds, military armor, silver grenades, things like that. The clash happened within a closed down section of the I-17 where there was a very sketchy detour that you all brilliantly hopped. You got in this big ass fight. Your vehicles got destroyed, but you still managed to get away, having killed, you think, most, if not all, or at least some of this unit. There might be a sniper somewhere hidden in the dark that kept kind of poking at you as you were running away, but otherwise you did a pretty good job. You did find this off-road ravine that you rested in for the night. Lou, you checked in with your son back in Phoenix. He replied, but his texts were kind of off. There's something about them that just didn't hit you right. The pack, you also learned that while you were sleeping there was some sort of cover-up that might have been initiated regarding the fight that you had in the highway. There were 2 local police at the very beginning of the fight who got immediately sniped and knocked down and killed, essentially, by the Special Forces unit. But the radio, the news story in the area was saying that they were killed by a group of criminals that were traveling and fleeing from Phoenix. And there was no mention of anything else. No mention of the bodies of these Special Forces units, no mention of other vehicles, etc., etc. So you all decided you're going to continue to the home of Josiah Dawnclaw, who is this elder Silver Fang werewolf who might know a ritual to help whatever it is that's sort of ailing you all. So you sort of wandered around over it. You eventually started winding up this dirt road up a mountain in the was it the Coconino National Forest, I think it's called. And when you reach the top, you found a wrought iron gate that was flanked by medieval-like guard towers. I'm not sure if you forgot about that part. And from the window of one of these, there was a young member of presumably Dawnclaw's sept/cult who leaned out and said to you all, "Mother told us you were coming." And we'll pick up right there. So that was just said to you all. You all are standing outside. You're on this sort of dirt road. There is sort of a small trail that kind of continues to go further up the mountain a bit, but it doesn't look like it's like for vehicles. It just looks like maybe a walking trail, path, etc. There is a very large area for like a turnaround point. You can even see grooves in the ground and stuff, or maybe some cars circle around or whatever. But you look up and you can see there is this young person leaning out this window, and they say this to you. How do you all react?
The Quiet Claw growls up at them as if to intimate, "Open the bloody gate and we'll get about business."
I think that actually is a little bit too weird for me.
What do you mean? That we're being welcomed here?
Well, the creepy, your mother knew that they were coming thing? No.
Well, I
pas
did
bien.
speak to Mona, so they could be referring to Mona. Could be a weird coincidence, or it could just be kind of odd. But, sometimes people call me father. It's okay.
I mean, not that
Spot.
long ago, like we were traveling between dimensions, magic stuff happens. Thank you for your hospitality.
Who is the mother?
The woman who's been speaking to you, or excuse me, the man who's been speaking to you, you would probably peg him 18, 19, 20, something like that. Very
Probably
young.
wouldn't peg him. No, thank you.
Shaved head. From Kipser.
Wow.
What? Jeremy, I would have liked 100%, but Kipser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where we're at tonight.
Now we know what kind of cult this is.
What kind of cult Kipser wants it to be.
He calls down Mother Morella, and the gate starts to open right as he says it, and you see this kind of shadowy looking silhouette coming down this very steep incline beyond the gate and kind of walking in your direction. And as they come out into the light of the day that's seeping through the trees, it's a very forested mountain, by the way. So like there's trees in almost every direction. You see a young woman who steps out wearing what appears to be kind of tie-dye clothes. She has a vest over top of it, like almost like a fly fishing vest. And she has on what appear to just be jeans that are kind of cut off at around the calves, and she has Birkenstocks as she starts walking out. Her hair is very tight and complex braids, and she kind of comes up to you all. She puts her hand like up to her heart, and it's a pleasure to have you. I would be honored to give you a tour of our home. She kind of gestures back with her other arm. You are honored guests, elders, who carry great wisdom.
Well, we are elder, at least.
Jacques,
That's very kind of you.
Quiet Claw's tail is up, his head is up, and he just trots on through the gate.
Okay.
Do you have anything that will actually reach a signal anywhere, a Wi-Fi password?
Oh, if you need to make a call, we can give you access to the communication house. Much better signal there.
Is that inside? I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can give me the review afterwards, and we'll see. And maybe I'll go.
Selena just sort of comes behind Lou because I'm pretty sure she was still in like Wolf, and she's just sort of like nosing her in after like Quiet Claw and everybody. Like,
if you would like to return to those not of sky or mountain, I would gladly ask Titan. And she looks up towards the guy who's been talking. Would you fetch the truck so that you can give our honored guest a drive down the mountain?
That would work. Yes. Okay.
He's just like, sure thing. You see him start climbing down the outside. I would say, Jacques, since you went inside, you see him come out the back of it. Go ahead, Duke.
If you leave, Lou, then you may not be a part of the purging of your soul stuff.
Look, just tell me how it goes, or learn the right yourself and do a better job this time, and then I can just do it that way.
She's just like nodding and smiling. Mother said you would be skeptical. Everyone in their
Don't like
own
that.
time.
That is Duke. You have to admit that's fucking weird.
Anyways, we should probably continue.
I want you to say it.
Duke is just facing forward.
Well, have fun driving down the
I
mountain.
know you share my opinion here.
I mean, we see lots of weird things. It's, but you know, your feelings are valid, and I hope this makes you feel comfortable. And we'll gladly let you know how it goes.
Quiet
Thank
Claw
you very
hikes up his
much.
leg and pees in derision.
How are you always being?
I mean,
He's
he
got a
was
very
born a
character
wolf.
platter. He's got the platter of a 70-year-old.
You got to always be ready to mark
Sorry.
your territory.
That's right.
It's true. So she looks to you all and like, follow me. My name is Rune Skybinder. I shall gladly lead you up the mountain so that you can see sky once more. And she starts walking through the gate at that point. And is everyone but Lou following?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yes.
you guys start going up the incline. You can see as you go, the incline itself, it's still dirt road. It's a very steep incline itself. It is flanked on either side by trees, and it smells just so pure and beautiful. Like you smell no scent of the sort of filth and corruption that is so ever present on the streets around Phoenix. And there's just this crispness to the air as you begin to trek up. That is momentarily interrupted by the sounds of a truck as it's driving down. Just a kind of older model, what looks like an old Chevy, just coming on down. And you can see the guy who had initially spoke to you when you came up. Titan is what he was referred to as. Sort of wave at you all, and you see Rune waves at him as well. And he will come down and pull outside the gate. And he will get out, come around to the opposite to the passenger side of the truck, and he will open the door for Lou.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I will look him up and down a little bit, judge him a little bit. Okay, let's go down the mountain.
Okay.
like
Uh,
judge him with a dice roll, or
about
just
to
judge
say.
him like
Yeah,
I don't
Sure we do.
actually could. I sure like can
Looking
I?
him
What
up
do
and
I have?
down and judging
Absolutely.
him.
Here.
Maybe I was wrong about what I said earlier.
Insights,
Oh, I can do that.
then attribute wise, like manipulation, probably, maybe, or or even a wits, I think.
Oh, I'll take wits.
Yeah, go for
All right, let's see here.
it. Chances of picking. Damn it.
2.
He is a younger man, probably early 20s. He is broad-shouldered, African American. He's got a shaved head. He's got these kind of granite colored, like kind of grayish eyes that kind of looks out at you. Very, very broad and friendly smile. And he, as far as you could tell, he seems like a decent young man.
Okay. All right. I will get in the car. Thank you for holding the door.
Yes, ma'am. And you see him move back around to the other side of the truck, gets inside, and begins to drive you down the mountain. Okay.
Selena gives
rest-
a little howl. Like a, see you later.
Bye-bye. I don't like
Right.
pulling Stevens as often, but sometimes you just have to.
So, Kipser, I gave you an extra character sheet since you're now
dead.
never coming back. So go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. You're fine. All right.
Pull that up.
The rest of you start moving up, and Ahroun is telling you little things here and there, how honored she is to have you here, how the rest of the Sept is very excited to have people of such great experience, that almost everyone here, but for mother and father, are fairly young and inexperienced in the ways of the Geru and of the spirit world. And if any of you demonstrate any concern about Lou, she will do her best to assure you. And she'll just say, Titan, he is a honorable young man. He will treat her with great care and
Definitely
respect.
going to die.
And she also kind of just points out like all of this way and that way. She's just essentially giving you like a nature trail. Like if you're interested later, and there are some beautiful trails, and she starts pointing this way and that, streams down that way. We have, and just all of that, just this sort of like environmental tour as you're going up this long, sloping, kind of winding, steep incline. Does anyone do anything at that point, or ask anything?
Yeah, I gotta say, you say you're new to this, but you have maintained this place beautifully. If anything, there's a part of me that's tempted to, with permission, I might try and gather some water from your stream here, because I do some brewing on my own. I'd love to get some of that cool, crisp mountain water. Brew something with it. That just sounds like a delight.
You are a brewmaster. Oh, that is so wonderful. We ourselves, we brew our own honey mead. We have an extensive apiary. We would love to show you this.
I would love to see that.
Oh, how wonderful. And everything is so positive. Everything's coming with a smile. And she says, the stream is not ours, and it's not mine to provide you permission to use. It is but what Gaia provides us. So she kind of motions down towards it as if, yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Don't know what Lou's problem was. This place is delightful. I love it here.
Thank you. It's very kind.
Jacques is letting his senses roam, trying to see if he can scent anything that's tainted, any
Sure.
smell of the weaver or the worm.
Absolutely. Awareness, I would imagine. Let's do like an awareness wits. The better you do, the more you might get, that kind of deal. And Selena, were you doing something as well? I'm sorry.
I was just going to follow up on sort of the conversation of like, oh, so you brew kind of some of your own drink here. Do you happen to grow anything else that assists in the evening relaxation?
Mother said that you would ask such a question. Yes, of course. We welcome all of, or actually she would say, the mountain welcomes all such herbs and plentiful plants to help ease our minds and help us transition into the spirit world. And then she will say to you, I will take you to the meadow with the wisdom tree. It is beyond there that you can see some of our gardens. I would be happy to show you.
Oh, that just sounds delightful. And Selena's going to yell over to Eustace, and she's going to be like, "They've got stuff for you, and they've got stuff for me too.
I know this place is wonderful.
It's amazing." And she's just going to look over to Duke and just sort of be like, "I don't understand I
So-
don't understand the concern."
I have a question, Rune. Why is everyone so young and there's only 2 old people?
Oh, well, that is a fair question and a very astute one. We are young because we had no leadership amongst us. And Father brought us together to teach us the ways that we did not know. And so she basically is sort of conveying this notion that many of them here they turned without sort of guidance and suggesting he was kind of corralling them or recruiting them to help kind of bring them and form a sept. It's not a whole lot different than what you all do. It sounds creepier coming out of her mouth, maybe, but it's similar to what you all do.
Well, that's very nice of him.
He is kind, he is wise, and he is generous with that wisdom.
It's weird you guys were at Whataburger when you have all of this and the mountain has to offer.
Yes. I thought that you were familiar. Father says that whenever we visit those not of sky, that we must take part in their victuals so as to remind ourselves of what mountain and sky provide.
Good choice.
So you're saying you eat that absolute garbage to remind yourself to be grateful for the plenty you have.
That is exactly what I am saying. Yes.
Man, if you were a little younger, Eustace, you'd fit right in.
I know. This place is great.
There is no age requirement here. It is purely happenstance that the majority of our members are young, but it is not only of that age. We have some that are of their 30th year, and we even, mother and father, are a little bit more seasoned than that. But we would welcome any and all.
Seasoned.
I mean, salt and pepper, seasoning.
I do feel seasoned often these days.
How did you do on your roll, by the way?
3 successes.
Okay, so in terms of you don't smell any corruption. There's nothing that you've been experiencing the past couple of weeks with Black Spiral Dancers, with the Echo Lab stuff. Nothing like that. You do probably sniff ever so faintly the presence of tech, but it is not in abundance. It's even less so than your own grove, but you can tell that it's still present here in very small quantities. With 3 successes, there's also a very peculiar scent that it is difficult for you to identify. It is not Geru, but it is not human. It is not a creature or a bane that you would be able to pinpoint. It's something foreign, probably, to Jacques. Hard to determine or differentiate whether it's something threatening, something not, but it certainly seems other.
I'll shift into a human form because I just lost the wolf as I was trying to turn into a glabro so I could have a conversation. But no, I will shift into a human.
Okay.
So you see him come up into his naked human form. He's like, oh, what is this other that I smell here? Not Garou, not treacherous human, but what other is there here?
Mother said that you would be so astute. You smell Mother Morella herself.
What is?
She is not of the Garou. Who is she? What is she?
She It is not my place. I will let Mother make her own introduction. She would very much like to meet you, as would Father. We will show you to the bunkhouses so that you can make yourselves presentable for your petition.
Quiet Claw looks down at himself, standing there naked. He's like, doesn't understand what presentable means, but he's like, as you wish.
And Selena sort of turns around and then she's like, oh, and then, like I'm hoping that Lou left the doggy bag with Selena. Can we say maybe so that okay, thank you.
Go for it.
So Selena then has the bag and like ruffles in the bag and just like throws stuff at Jacques and she's like, clothes.
Well, maybe naked is presentable. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Jacques looks back. He's like, fine, Selena. And he pulls on his cut off jean shorts and slides into a t-shirt. Doesn't put any shoes on though, because he doesn't see the point.
Rune didn't react negatively in any particular way. Didn't seem like bashful or embarrassed, and nothing like that. And when you say like maybe that's preventable, she would say, within much of the sept, the natural form is always acceptable. But when petitioning Father and Mother within the hall, a certain decorum is expected.
You speak of petition. What are we petitioning them for?
Oh, have you not come for Father's aid?
Well, it wasn't described as a petition. It was more of like a, let's talk to, well, Josiah. I'm not going to call him Father because that's a little weird, but you can keep doing that.
Oh, well, is that not another form of saying petition?
Yeah, some people just like to twist words around. At the end of the day, yeah, we're here to ask for some help, and you all do seem like some grateful and kind people, and we're thankful you take us in like this.
Wonderful. I am sure your petition will be accepted with great joy.
Well, and we actually wanted to share information with you as well. So we're not here just to ask for things, but also to share information back as well.
Then we shall rejoice in the exchange of wisdom.
Yes, we will see if we accept your petition.
Mother said you would be so ornery. Now, up this way, the central plateau is the meeting place for much of our business. And you see as you come and like crest the very top, there is a very enormous plateau that extends as far as you can see. There are numerous bunkhouses that are not unlike those that you have at the Grove, built in similar fashion. You can see that there are dozens of other people milling about in various places. You can see that some appear to be larger than others. I would say, Jacques, if you're still sort of sniffing, you do get the vague waft of like gasoline and car fumes, suggesting maybe one of those is like a garage or some such. You can see that there's a very large pavilion around which many people have gathered and are eating and drinking and laughing and such, and it all seems very, very, very friendly. There is a significant amount of trees and bushes and shrubberies around here. It's not like anything has been removed for asphalt or concrete. There are, there's buildings, of course, but interspersed within it, there is a tree, there is a bush, there's a glade, etc. And you can see that the plateau itself extends beyond your vision, because you see on we'll call it the northern side of this little opening, this little clearing area that you've reached, there is a massive, for lack of a better word, castle, just sort of staring at you, made of some kind of stone that seems more akin to sort of like natural Arizona browns and earthy tones. It's not like it's not like something out of Scotland or whatever. It's something a little bit more, but it has that sort of shape to it. But you see it off in the distance, and you can see. I would say some of you would be able to see that there's some greenhouses and things that are kind of around here and there. And the one thing that you can see peeking up from behind that large castle or mansion, you can see there is a massive canopy of a tree that is probably a mile or so further north. But Rune will kind of gesture in the direction of some of these bunkhouses. If you are hungry, if you need sustenance and refreshment, I know that Orion, he brought with us a fresh kill this morning. We are feasting on venison. There is a new batch of our honey mead that I am sure will be wonderful to wash that down. And if you wish to first make yourselves clean, then I can show you to our rooms where you might be able to wash yourself.
And Selena looks down and she's got quite a bit of blood on her.
Yeah, you guys
from everything that
slaughtered a
happened.
bunch of
So
dudes.
she's
Yeah.
gonna, yes, getting clean seems like a great idea. Actually, thank you for your hospitality.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they were looking to do?
Yeah, I'll
I
get
mean, Jacques
thing
would go
done.
to the bathhouse too.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
He wants to get the stink of humanity off of him.
Eustace
It's
or
our
Duke?
unexpected little, it's a little vacation getaway. This is great.
Yeah, Duke will go to the bathhouse, but he's gonna maybe do a little research while he's there.
Okay. Eustace, would you also go and clean yourself up, but did you wanted to do
Yeah.
something else instead? Okay.
No,
so
I
we'll
would
say
do
the-
that. I'm curious to go see where they make the mead, but I'm not going to show up there all covered in gore.
And we have to bathe
Fair
in
enough.
buddy system because who knows if someone gets wolf napped taking a shower.
So
Look,
the
Duke, I
four of you.
respect you, but
Oh,
again, no, you make a good point.
got to make a
I
pegging joke
thought you
again,
trusted
right?
these people explicitly.
All
I can
right.
call
So the
that.
four of you go into, and it is just a shower, and you start cleaning yourself up. We will cut then while you're cleaning to Lou. Lou, you have been, we'll say, driving down this winding path slowly. It's fairly treacherous at times. And you are in the car with a man who has introduced himself as Titan Stonefire. He has periodically tried to make simple conversation with you. He's not prying, but mainly his conversation is really just similar to what Rune was doing with the rest of the pack, just talking very brightly and proudly about their community in ways that you would imagine a person might be proud to talk about, especially with someone of elder age. And so he's very excited. Is there anything Lou is doing on the drive down?
Lou is listening and gathering information, and she is actively listening and trying to figure out more about their Karen.
Okay.
Like she's not the fighter of the group, but she is trying to gather as much information if she does need to get back up there. And
Okay.
so if he's happy to talk, she's happy to fully get as much detail as possible.
Why don't you roll like a persuasion
Oh, no.
manipulation? And
Yes, I'm
go from
good
there.
at that.
Yeah, do that. That sounds good.
My persuasion of 0, yes, great.
Charisma is also
And-
fine if it's just your natural affinity. Okay.
Two success. So yes, it's very interesting. So you have this mommy and daddy figure, and then they do like je ne sais quoi, quelque chose, and then happiness.
That is a beautiful language. Is that French?
Yes, I'm not American. No.
Oh, I hope that you will stay with us long enough to be able to teach us a bit of that language.
Well, just for this trip, I need to actually. I got a son, but he did not text me very much, so I got to go get him. Parental stuff. If you have a mother, the mommy and daddies, and you know what that's like.
Yes.
So
You too
are
a mother.
Yes. So I have got the responsibilities outside of this place, but tell me a little bit. Let's go back to. So you've got this brown castle with bathing
Yes.
areas and everything else, and then
Yes.
what's like otherwise? You have a communication tower. Like, how does that reach? Do you listen in on other signals?
It is not a tower. We have a communications bunkhouse where we have a few computers and we have satellite internet that we can tap into when necessary. And for emergencies, we do have a satellite phone. But Father Josiah and Mother Morella are fearful of allowing too much of the Weaver's instruments within the community. Some.
I mean,
Obviously,
there
it's
is
necessary.
the Weaver's influence, sure, but there is use to technology but it's a tool. It doesn't represent
course.
something so evil or good. It's how you use it. So you have this bunker with this tech that you're not allowed to use. And you guys, so if my friends are going to, what do you say, a special meeting to talkie
They will be
with
petitioning Father Josiah and Mother Morella for aid. At least that is what she has told us.
Okay, and there are many people from different Karens that come up and do this. What happens if they do that? Like, how has other interactions gone?
We have had other visitors from other septs. Indeed, they have gone well. We have made great friends. To the north, to the east, to the west. You are the first that has come from the valley.
Well, you can thank Duke for that. He likes to chest bump other old people.
That is an interesting hobby to have.
I thought so too, yes.
I'm afraid that if I were to chest bump elderly, it might not have the same reception that Duke would have.
Yeah, it seems to be like an old person thing.
I hope that I will one day reach the advanced age of yourself and of Duke, so that I might
I'm
have
not the same age as
accumulated a
Duke.
lifetime
I
of
am
wisdom.
I am only in my 30s, but thank you.
We're not accustomed to having so many elderly within our ranks at one
Let's
time.
roll it back a little bit, child. This not quite. So, but okay, how many people are in your Karens then?
In our sept, there are 36 currently, counting mother and father. However,
This is a lot of people.
that is not counting Dakota, who is not of us, but not outside of us.
Was Dakota the one with the Birkenstocks?
No, that is Rune Skybinder.
Oh yes, how could I forget that name?
It must be your advanced age, perhaps, that is causing memory lapses.
Yes, well, let me teach you about advanced memory loss.
No, Dakota is an advisor to mother and father.
Is she also as an old person?
No, though she is not Geru. She is not a shifter either.
No. Vampire.
No.
Mage.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You are quite wise. Mother says,
Well, I play Dungeons and
Well-
Dragons a lot, yes.
she said that the one called Eustace would be wise, and that you would be impatient and impetuous and skeptical of our ways.
Yes.
A mother's
And?
wisdom.
Well, I mean, that's just like basic personality tests. I
see.
think it's quite obvious.
Well, we have been in this Whataburger parking lot for 25 minutes. At any point, if... Oh, I am so sorry. And he gets out, comes around, opens the
Oh,
door
no,
for you.
I didn't realize we were already here. Okay, I will get out now. Okay. What do I have phone signal again?
Yes, you do have phone signal. You'll have 3 bars.
Okay, well, it's enough for my compass app. What direction do I need to go? Okay. Well, I will go into the bush over there, change into a wolf, and start heading back to the citizen. Thank you, Titus.
Okay. He says, Titan, are you not returning with us?
Was the point was for me to go, no?
I thought, Rune implied that you were merely attempting to contact. I see. I did not realize you were leaving. Mother and father will be very disappointed in me.
I'm sure that they will forgive you. It is a parent's job to forgive their children.
Yes. Yes, it is. You are right. I will tell them.
Excellent. That's good.
Just hope that your absence will not further endanger the petition that your fellow
they've got
packmates
Duke
will
with them,
present.
and they can do the elderly chest bump. It's fine.
Well, whenever father and mother have received a petition asking for aid, there is an exchange where there is something asked of in return. And from what mother has implied, what you ask is of significant knowledge and wisdom, and Father Josiah will want something equally important in return. If you think then that your pack can provide that on their own without your assistance, then I defer to your age and wisdom.
Well, you see, my specialty is technology, and you have no technology except for in the bunker.
I see.
So I am not actually all that useful, I think, to your mountain.
Are you not Geru?
Well, yes. My way of saving the world is not with violence. Yes, I don't want to kill all the humans, yada yada. What I want to do is undermine them with their own technology. I want to take what they have, and I want to use their laws, and I want to use their ideologies against them. So better to protect our world and our way of life by binding them with their own words.
I see.
That is
And
how
this
I work.
skill set is something that your packmates will be able to properly substitute in your absence, should it be needed.
Well,
with the tasks that Father Josiah will certainly ask of them in exchange for his knowledge.
It's a little bit of a unique perspective. They often prefer hyperviolence.
I see. I understand.
But I am not very
Orion
strong.
is of a similar mindset. If that is your wish, I shall lend you the use of this vehicle, and I shall return up the mountain myself.
I will call. I'm just going to make a few calls, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit of pressure from chat over there.
You do you, ma'am.
You do whatever you want.
We're gonna die anyways.
It's no problem.
The door was left open to come back.
Okay, I'm going to call Riley first, actually.
Riley? Okay.
My PI partner.
So you called him, or you messaged him and warned him or asked him to check on Lucas. I'll say once you get back down the mountain, you do have messages that start popping up, like this delay, as if you weren't getting them when you were up on the mountain, and you do see messages coming in from both Lucas and from Riley, and Riley's like, everything's fine, kid's okay. Did you really think it was a good idea to fucking buy him noise canceling headphones? Are you out of your fucking mind? I almost had to break the door down. He couldn't hear me knocking.
Oh, well, it. I sent a message back. Is what he wanted for his birthday, and sometimes when we are up working on a case late at night, the kid actually needs to sleep.
And he will just sort of respond back, "Hey, your kid. You raise him however you want."
But he's not broken any new laws yet.
No. When the frickin' sleeping beauties are still sleeping. He said there was some guy trying to sell window installation or something, and the DoorDash guy wouldn't leave the food at the door or something.
Okay, so there's a few things that I'm not going to message to him right now, but I told him to go to the apartment, not where Lucas was. So he shouldn't know about the zombies. And then window installation. Duke is going to be upset that some bullshit is happening at his secret apartment. Oh, okay. All right. Titus?
My name is Titan.
Yes, Titus. If you could just, okay. I've gotten the messages. I probably need to tell Duke that his secret base is extra compromised and that we need to go rescue a bunch of people. Okay, I will go back for the petition to the castle on the top of the mountain. That is definitely a safe place to be.
It is?
Yes, that's what I said. I'm agreeing with you.
I see. Well, I am overjoyed. And he runs over, opens up the truck door again for you.
Okay.
And you
Okay, I will go back up to the castle.
All right, we'll cut back then. All of you are fresh and clean as can be. Everything is like herbal and self-made, all that kind of stuff. There's no bottles whatsoever here. Everything looks to be like homemade or homegrown or maybe exchanged with sort of local vendors or farmers markets or stuff like that. Everything appears like, fresh and clean.
And Selena's just stretching out. It's been a little bit.
It's pretty nice.
This is, the air is just so much more clean up here in the mountain, down in the valley. There's just so much smog.
Join me.
Yeah. But in fairness, Duke is pretty sharp. I am waiting for the other shoe to drop. But still, for the moment, enjoy it.
You see Quiet Claw or Jacques he started to almost foam with the mouth, almost going into like a berserker kind of, he's ramping himself up. He's like, come on. Come. Join me. Feel the rage build. Who would join with me?
Oh, I see. You lost the wolf. Oh, you could have just said that. You don't have to make it so weird.
He's trying to do the rite of rage. So
he wants to say that in the bathhouse, though. It is very weird.
Like,
he doesn't care. He prefers.
Yeah, I'll help you out. Don't worry. I got to get my, testosterone going before I encounter Josiah. So I got to get it, little blood pumping.
I just love everybody's like all leisurely stretched out, really enjoying their spa day. And just
half naked.
Jacques grabs a hold of Duke and Eustace and pulls him up, and he's like smacking heads. Looks over at Selena. He didn't pull Selena up by her hair, but he looks at her. He's like,
"Oh, fine.
Will you join the rite?"
Fine. Yes.
All right.
Just okay.
All right. So I'm gonna, for the first time ever, I'm gonna try to actually pull off the rite of rage. It'll be difficulty 4 since there's 4 of us.
Holy
okay.
Man. I can just Song of Rage if it doesn't work. I can get you.
Son of a biscuit eater. I'll spend a point of willpower to re-roll.
So did you add in when you do a rite, so Gara who are present participate, and as long as they haven't lost a wolf, if they know the rite, they just give you just a normal die. If not, they give you an extra rage die. So hang on, let me do that. Let me read that again.
Okay.
Each participant, including the right master, must have at least 1 point of rage. Do all of you have 1 point of rage?
Oh, but if he
no,
doesn't
I don't.
have
I
it,
can't.
yeah.
Sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, so you wouldn't even be able to roll it. Yep. And just what I was getting to is each other participant contributes 1 rage die to the test, and if that participant actually knows the right as well, they contribute also a regular die. So just for future reference.
Nice.
Don't forget, you all could just like punch Jacques a bunch of times and stuff and just hit him or whatever. Because remember, you just like psyching him up. If there's some sort of thing that you do to psych each other up or whatever, you're welcome to sort of.
Oh, that sounds like fun. So Jacques cannot.
Wow. Just standing there, he's like, come on.
So we just beat the shit out of him for 5
Like
minutes.
it seems to not be working, and so Selena had sort of been like kind of off to the side a little bit. It was just sort of like watching, and this seems to not be working, and so Selena is just going to like very quietly kind of sneak off and just like jump up behind him and just like. I'm just going to assume that that's going to work.
I love it.
Okay. So basically, you're doing this to sort of like, pump each other up, essentially.
Yeah.
And this is sort of the okay. So to get a rage back, that's fine. All right. So with that done, did you still want to try to do that rite of rage, Jacques?
I don't think you can, because I think you have to do it on someone who's lost the wolf. I thought.
So let's read his specific one. I don't know his off the top of my head.
I think that was it.
So you have to have the wolf, and you're trying to help somebody else that lost the wolf.
Yeah, I thought that's what the right master would do for that one.
So for this one, no, this one is just the purpose of this is just the stoke rage.
Yep.
So you roll Gloria plus intimidation. The difficulty is equal to the number of participants, though never less than 3. Upon a win, every participant increases their rage by 1. Brutal outcome doesn't cause the right to fail, but each brutal outcome causes all participants to suffer 1 level of superficial damage as the aggression explodes outwards. So if you wanted to roll it, for instance, then and everyone was involved, you're rolling your test, but you're getting an extra rage. You're getting one of those extra die from Eustace, Selena, and Duke, which essentially increases the chances of you rolling a brutal outcome, basically. So it's up to you.
Does anybody else? I mean, I don't know where everybody else sits on rage. I've only got 1 at the moment.
I have 3.
Yeah, I mean, with everything that we just did, I would say I have another rage, so now up to 2.
I'm at 2.
If
And I
nobody
can-
else needs
yeah.
rage, then I don't worry about it.
We can hold off on it. Okay. All right. So all of you have rested. You have slapped each other a bit. And what is it that you all would be doing next? I would also say that clothes have been laid out for you. Clean clothes that smell beautiful. They are not just creepy white gowns. They're just sort of an array of like used clothing, like something from Goodwill that was cleaned and stitched. You can see that there's hand stitches, like they're fixing it themselves. And there's a lot of like normal clothes. It's like, you can see there's t-shirts and there's jeans and etc. And it's all just been sort of repurposed in here. And all of it's been laid out for you all since you did show up covered in gore and blood.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yep.
Jeans
That
and
we
a
did.
t-shirt.
Yeah, and then Duke wants to just check like his maps and his history on this place to see if like this has been here for a long time and it's just like been re-inhabited by Josiah, or this is like actually his cairn or septs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give us a cartography test. So cartography is one of your specialties. So you could roll your academics, you can add your specialty. That's fine.
Okay. And that's intelligence, or
it should be. I should have cooked it into you if you in your sheet. If you scroll down to the
I
bottom
see it.
of the main
Okay, yeah,
page,
yeah.
just click on that little icon next to cartographer, and it should roll it for you.
okay.
Okay, 3 successes.
3.
This, from what you can tell, on your if you had some old maps and things like that of cairns, abandoned cairns, once inhabited cairns, and yes, this very much is on that map. Yeah, it certainly seems like it's something that had been perhaps abandoned for some time. What you effectively collected was sort of a territory of known places of spiritual import in various outskirts of the city. So you don't have like a city map, but you have like all of the outskirts, small towns, desert wastelands, things like that are at some point of import. And this definitely was one of them, though it doesn't seem like it has any there's nothing recent that you would have been able to learn to suggest like how long he's been here or whatever, but your map suggests it was abandoned for some time.
Yeah, they're not the original, at least. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else? Something you want to do?
Selena wants to wander over to that wisdom tree.
Sure.
I too want to split the party and go check out where they make the mead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk by myself to them. So
I love when people split the party.
Yeah, of course.
The
Creepy
grounds of a
cult
cult.
place totally split the party.
Perfect. You guys are never going to see Lou again. She's not making it back up that mountain.
That
Okay.
Titan guy seems so nice, so polite.
So Selena, you want to go take a look at this wisdom tree. Eustace, you want to go take a look at where they make their mead and stuff like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When you come out, you will see that there are a group of young Geru nearby. Rune is among them. There are others as well, and she will introduce you all to some. I'm going to assume that you all gave names, but if you didn't, we can just say you didn't. And you kind of.
well, Mother knows our names, so I mean, no need to give them.
Mother doesn't necessarily mean that Mother tells them everything. As Lou
Selena
can
would give her
attest,
name.
Yeah, of
Mothers don't. Okay. So she will start introducing people. So she introduces one young man, probably, again, early 20s or so, just a hair past college age, as Orion Timberwolf. You see you can see he's almost sort of like hopping around. He's sort of like a ball of energy. He's got like this sort of like little like mesh of like red hair, and he's kind of pale, but at the same time sunburned. You can tell his is not a complexion that does well in the sun. But he kind of comes up, and I would say, Jacques, if you're still like you can smell a fresh kill on him, like venison deer, that kind of thing. She will also introduce you to Ember Moonshadow, this sort of dark-haired, very agile-looking woman who sort of spins around. She was sort of like they were out here talking and singing and dancing, doing all sorts of hippie shit. And then she will also kind of turn and introduce Lyric Earthhow as another person, kind of this amber-eyed color, very melodious as she introduces herself to you all. Hello, it is a pleasure to have you here, people of such great wisdom, experience. I would greatly appreciate the stories. Any stories you might have. I am, as you see, a budding storyteller. This is what Mother has seen for me, and it is what brings me joy. If there is time, perhaps after your petition, could you grace us with a tale of your exploits, your adventures?
Drinks and stories sounds like the finest way to pass away an afternoon. That's delightful.
And so they all kind of introduce themselves, and like Orion will come up towards Jacques, and she's like, and he'll be like, Mother says that you like hunting, and like, there's a whole slope, a couple miles north. If you're interested in running later, I just got a fresh one this morning, and he seems very like kind of nervous and sort of like a little bouncy, and like he looks like almost like he's got like an ADD kind of thing going on. He's just sort of like very, very energetic as he's speaking to Jacques. What form would Jacques be in as he comes out of the shower, by the way?
He's in human at the moment because he lost the wolf. I mean, he's got his 1 point of range back, but he's human at the moment.
Okay.
So he just quietly reaches up, grabs him behind the neck, draws his forehead in against Jacques' forehead. He's like, we'll run, we'll hunt, we'll kill, we'll taste blood and eat the heart.
Yes. And he's so excited. He kind of looks back at the rest of them and they're all grinning for him. And he just looks back to you. And you can feel like this guy is just stacked. Like when you reach back, like this is like, Scottish Highlander somehow round up in the Arizona desert. Like he's just this stacked dude. So he's extremely excited and he's very, very tall. So you have to like kind of pull him down a bit. But he's very, very happy. Okay. And I would say then that like Ember Moonshadow sort of saunters over towards you, Selena, and much like Rune is dressed very hip. These two would be perfectly at home within the 4M place where Calypso Circle, your former friend, works and stuff. As she kind of comes to you, she's just like, I would be very, very happy to show you the wisdom tree where Mother roosts. It is a beautiful glade that it sits within.
Oh yes, I'm very delighted, and you'll have to tell me more about this roosting that Mother does. And she sort of says that a little bit louder just to make sure that everyone in the group kind of got that little detail. But yes, thank you, and let us go explore the grove.
She's very excited. She like perks up. And then she grabs your arm and just starts running. And she's probably the youngest of all the ones that you would guess that she's probably still like 16, 17. And she grabs your arm and she just starts sort of running in the direction of the house, but not directly, or the castle, but not directly at the castle, kind of more towards the side. As looks like she's going to veer around it a bit. So the rest of you, Duke, Jacques, Eustace, you see Selena get kind of dragged away by this young, effervescent teenage girl. Jacques, you have your moment with this fellow hunter. What would the rest of you be doing in this moment?
Regretting my life decisions.
No regrets.
Duke is kind of awkwardly looking around, waiting for the pack member that's going to relate to him. As no one walks up to him, he's just kind of...
No one does, actually.
Yeah, he sees everybody like buddying up, and he's just kind of looking. He starts to kick the rock a little bit.
Man, nobody has a better collection of stories than Duke over here, actually. This guy knows more history than the rest of us could learn in several lifetimes.
Lyric appreciates
Wingman
that.
101.
Yeah. But you will notice that it's actually Rune who seems to sort of sidle up next to Duke. The one who actually led you in, she got all those like kind of tight, circuitous braids and things like that. But she kind of leans over to you, Duke, and she says, Mother says that you have a fascinating wisdom to you. That you are one who has an appreciation for history, for those who have come before us. I am sometimes gifted visions of the past and of the future that I am learning how to interpret. Mother and Dakota are giving me guidance. I would be most grateful if I could ask you about some of your history. She's very like nervous as she tries to ask you these questions.
Duke, stands all proud all of a sudden now that somebody's talking to him. He's a little... yeah. Whenever we're done with the petition, I'm sure everything's going to go great. And we can talk about, whatever you need to. I have some old books and papers that might help, or maybe you just need, some advice.
And she says, Father has an extensive library. I am sure that he would gladly allow you access to it. if you
Yeah.
include that as part of your petition, or I could simply ask on your behalf.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, we can measure to see who has the larger books.
You're making a joke.
I'm making a joke.
She starts laughing and she kind
He
of gets red
stops
in the
laughing.
face. And she stops too. She's trying to like mimic your behavior a little bit. Mother said you would be cagey and difficult to pin down.
Wow, Mother really has a lot to say.
She reads the omens. She is very wise.
Mm.
She is not here. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
She is in the Great Hall with Father, I'm sure, awaiting when you are ready. But it appears as though your packmates have found other things to do.
Mhm.
Oh, look! And then she like motions in the direction of the where the entry to the plateau is, and you can see that the Chevy is now coming up. Titan has returned. Oh, and I see your fellow packmate has returned as well. As you see the truck with Lou, and it sort of bumps and steams past and pulls into this little hangar area. Lou, when you kind of pull into this garage, there's a couple other vehicles in here. There's like truck, tractor, things like that. It's all nothing looks new. Everything looks like used vehicles. Everything looks, it's well kept. It's just none of it looks brand new. And he once again hurries around, lets you out, that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you,
overturned.
Titus.
It's Titan.
Yes. Duke, there is something that c'est pas bon. This is bad news. I got
Should we wait? How about we talk about this privately instead of in front of everybody?
Yes. Okay. Sure. Sure.
Okay. Let's go over here.
And Rune will motion like she's going to follow for a second. I will respect your privacy, of course. I will be here waiting when you are ready. What was Jacques doing, by the way? I know I kind of glossed over that. So
after he had that moment with Orion, then he would just be kind of ghosting behind Duke because he considered it his job to protect Duke. So
okay, fair enough. So Eustace and Selena have run off deeper into the commune. Then Jacques and Duke and Lou, you have a small moment off to the side, away from prying ears. I would say in the area is Titan, Rune, and probably I would say Orion is lingering too a little bit, but he like your promise was for something later, so he might be like busying himself with others. But you can see like Titan and Rune are talking. They're probably just sort of exchanging observations, that sort of thing, while Eustace and Selena go off. So what are the three of you doing? Your little group. What are you all doing?
Oh, Jacques, that works as well. Okay, so
Did you miss us?
No. Before you have to go into
feeling is mutual.
Yes, I figure. Before you go begging the mommy and daddy for the stuff.
Mhm.
So I want
This is for you, right? You're being a little rude about it, and this is for your health. I'm healthy.
So,
I don't even have to be here. I could just leave.
Well, then why don't you?
Because I'm looking out for the pack, okay?
Okay, great. So I'm looking at a bunch of messages from Riley and Lucas sent a few as well. But so if you look here, and she'll like rotate it to you.
Can you make the text a little bigger?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I will not drop my dog while I do that. So hold on. There we go. He's okay. So yeah, let me zoom in like ×5. Is that work?
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
To the side. Okay. So
Okay.
if you see here, Riley is saying that you had someone for window insulation. How would you say this word? To your hidden apartment.
Wait, what? Who is Riley and why is he at my apartment?
Oh, see, that's also the thing, because I told Riley to go to my apartment, but he's at your apartment.
How did he even know to get to my apartment?
Exactly.
Is your Riley friend
may
a
also be
snitch?
kidnapped? No, he's no snitch. He works with me. We don't break any, or sorry, we don't follow any of the laws.
Instead
have
of
to
just
get-
using the Weaver's toys, did you actually speak to your son or this Riley?
Yeah,
I
what if
don't-
this is like a bot or something?
Well, look, that's
You know,
that's
phones are like
not-
for calling people, right?
Okay, look. So I got a little bit on edge when they said that they found your apartment, and then I didn't want to talk to them again.
But what if they were actually talking about your apartment and you're just misunderstanding the text?
Look here, if you go back up in this, they're talking about the unconscious dead peoples that we have in the thing right there. You see that?
But how would he know how to get there?
We cannot stay here that long because shit is going down around your place and with a bunch of people. Yes?
Well, you need to go round up the hippie foundation or whatever is
But
happening
how did
with
you lose everyone? I thought you said you were here for
I
the
don't know.
pack.
There was a
and you
giant
lost the pack.
tree, and then Selena was like, "I want to smoke weed," and Eustace was like, "Oh my god, they
Alright,
brew!" So of
Tell
course I'm
them
gonna
to
go follow
smoke weed
someone.
after. Okay, my dog
This
is
is a
going now.
place of peace for those of us who don't suck up to the Weaver's ways.
So yes, the Weaver's ways are bad. Technology is just the tools. It is not bad, and you cannot kill the humans.
Technology is
Okay,
bad.
no. They also have a bunker here. I was talking to a Titan who I'm calling Titus. It's very funny. He gets annoyed every time I'm waiting for him to have an independent thought. So okay, Selena, Eustace, here, come here,
Go round them up, and we'll start making our way to the Great Hall.
come here.
You know, use the whistle exactly. You know how to get them.
Blood starts
Start
pooling
whistling.
down
Everybody looks.
Jacques' hands from the just.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
Lou will start going into the woods and kind of trying to get the right attention.
I just love the solutions Lou comes to do things and learn things. It's always like
The
least
circus is
obvious.
here.
Just wandering into the woods. And as you wander into the woods, you hear a clearing of a throat. You look behind you. There's Titan.
Oh, Titus, hello.
Rune said that they went to the meadow and into the
Oh,
whistling
okay.
tree.
Lou, Eustace, this way.
It's that. No. It's this. I can take you if that's what you want.
Oh, your accent just changed a lot.
I there's a lot of us. It gets very confusing.
I understand that. I was thinking that you were breaking out of your egg. Let's go, Mr. Yoke.
Mister, I don't understand how you talk, but this way.
Oniva!
And he will hop and he will start stomping after them. Meanwhile, Selena and Eustace, you both got led to behind this castle, which is again beautifully crafted, of some age, surrounded by all sorts of local, flora. It certainly looks like it's just sort of naturally here. And as you push past it, you can see that there is this just beautiful, like kind of slightly yellowish meadow that extends a mile behind this large castle itself. It's maybe half as wide. You can see that there are people in it. Some look to be working, others look to just be talking here and there. And at the center, there is a massive tree that is possibly the largest any of you've seen, unless maybe like redwoods. It's probably even bigger than Northern California redwood, which is huge, and it blooms outward almost like an oak. And you can see as you sort of come around this castle, Eustace, you're being led by I think it was Lyric, who kind of points off to sort of the western edge, and you can see where meadow meets forest. There are a handful of huts and things. And you can see that there's a couple of folks that are working over there. And this way I can show you the apiary. I can show you the mead house. If you'd like to follow me.
Absolutely.
And they tramps off in a different direction. Selena, you have with you Ember Moonshadow, I think it was that was with you. The sort of hippie looking, very agile, dark haired woman, young woman, 16, 17, something like that. And she's like, this here is where mother roosts. Not now. She is inside the great hall with father, but at night when she needs to consult the omens, she will come up here, and she'll start.
Yeah, so you say roost. So
Yes.
So you also said petition when I might say ask. So when you say roost, is that like I might say go to bed, or is it more literal?
Oh, mother sometimes takes her rest in the wisdom tree. Other times within the hall or within the castle, of course.
So, but is roost a proper description of how she rests? She roosts?
When she is in her forms, yes.
So does mother fly?
In one of her forms, yes.
Oh, well, that's very, that would explain the roosting then, wouldn't it?
Of course.
Well, yes. What
did you think I was meaning?
Well, I did not originally know that mother flew, so now I know.
Oh. Well, you are not gifted with the foresight as mother is.
Well, yes.
Ahroun. She is quite gifted herself, although still practicing.
I see. Well, I would it be inappropriate for us to take a look at this roost if she's not in it?
Of course. Come. And she again grabs your wrist and starts frolicking through the meadow in the direction of this big old tree. And as you get close, you notice that like there's these long, like very thick, boughs and branches that sort of move out in all sorts of directions. You can see that it's late summer or so they still got a decent amount of vegetation on it. And there are, I would say, as you get close, maybe you get a whiff of it first, and then your eyes see it. There are so many birds up in that tree, black birds, and they are everywhere. Like it almost looks like there's like a black line arcing through the tree, and as your eyes focus on it, you just see there is a run of maybe 30 or 40 like ravens, crows, that sort of thing.
Oh, are those other children of the mother and father?
No, those are ravens, silly. Is every werewolf Geru? No. Oh, wait, no.
Understood.
Is every wolf Geru? I saw Evan's face. I'm like, oh shit, I think I said that wrong. Okay.
Well, this is quite beautiful.
I am sure mother will be pleased.
So Selena's wanting to see just how large this roost is.
Yeah, so if you were to get to it, the trunk itself, if you put maybe, I don't know, 24 or so people arm to arm, you might be able to wrap around it or thereabouts. Like that's how, like, wide, maybe even more. It's enormous. Like I said, it's one of the largest trees you've ever seen. Now, what might occur to you, Selena, is that you all have within your own sept community a very unique spring beneath the ground that is essentially what your Cairn spirit kind of funnels through, right? Like that's sort of like their connection to this sort of never ending watery spring that allows your grove to be so luscious and so good at growing and sort of regenerating so fast. This is somewhat of an anomalous, obviously trees can get this big, but it's rare, especially in this climate, for that maybe to happen. But it likely that might dawn on you in the back of your mind. And have something to do with it.
Yes, this is just so impressive. Just so.
She looks very proud. Like she's just very pleased at getting this. And it's at that point you hear clapping and whistling, and you see Lou behind you with a very tall, young African-American man who is sort of like trying to lead her, but also suddenly having to chase after her. And he's just like, my name is Titan, as you are at the base of this tree.
Selena, Eustace, yes. Let's go beg to Mummy and Daddy for a little bit, and then we have to go.
Yes, they.
Also, they have a mage here, by the way. That's what the mummy is. And there's about 36 of them, so we got to be okay. I'm trying not to piss Titan off too much. Titus off too much. Oh, no, I said his name right.
Ember laughs, and she's like, Dakota isn't mother. Don't be silly.
Oh, right. Sorry. That was the other one.
Look at the tree. This is just so impressive, is it not?
Yes, very impressive. But we really have to go because definitely Lucas and Riley are both kidnapped or in trouble, and also hidden apartment very found.
Oh, no.
And so Selena just sort of looks at the 4 ears around that just took all that information in.
I mean, Titan's heard this for like the last 2 hours, it seems like. I feel like he knows everything about Lou's family right now.
Probably. Yes.
Are you
Titan,
sure that the
thank you so much
teenagers
for
aren't
bringing her
supposed to
back
poop in that
safely.
color?
Whoa.
I was just being that Titan apparently had heard too much about my family.
Ember, thank
so
you
patient.
so very much for this tour. It appears that my more peaceful walk around has been cut short, and we must get to business. But thank you. I do appreciate you.
Of course, anytime. I would be glad to show you more of the mountain when you are available.
Are we allowed to be any form in this area?
Of course.
Okay, then I think I will switch quickly just to Gabbro for a little bit, if that's okay.
You do not need my permission.
Oh, great. So Lou is going to do a quick check to, actually, I've already activated Glabro, so I must have just not switched back. I would like to activate Penumbra senses and take a look around.
Have you been in Glabro this whole time? Like you stepped
I
out
forgot.
of Whataburger in Glabro?
Yeah.
In the parking lot
Yeah.
for an hour on the
Yeah.
phone.
Pictures all
My
over the place.
nails are a little bit too
Or
long to
Marshall
get
on
the
TikTok.
phone.
Hey, there's a secret hideout somewhere. You guys want to know about the secret hideout?
I've got to switch to
TikTok.
human.
Bigfoot is real. Bigfoot is real. They're right here. Bigfoot is real. They're in northern Arizona at a Whataburger. Oh, God.
And we killed like 4 people 5 hours ago.
There might be a problem. I just realized I'm in Glabro, and a lot of people may have seen me, but that's okay. Penumbra senses.
I was actually going to say something, but I didn't want to insult you, and you kept calling me Titus, so I thought you knew what you were doing. I apologize, Elder Lou.
You should not apologize. You should correct people when they're wrong.
Well, actually...
Because I'm the elder and I'm telling you that, so you have to listen to me.
No. See, Titan, definitely don't. Not those 2 words. Not those 2 words to start a
Yes,
sentence. It's not.
Yes, ma'am.
Not advised. Not advised.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Let's peek over at Eustace, who is at this apiary. There's this mead house. Like Lyric is showing you around. There's all sorts of like young. There's like, you know, there's like a 30-year-old or 2 that you come in contact with as well, and like they have all like these just beautiful like array of bees. You can see that there's this whole process kind of converting here and there. They're all, you know, everything seems to be all like natural. Like there's not anything in here there's nothing in here that you would like look at and be like, oh, Lou would love this. Like there's no advanced stuff that would come from like, like a Bed Bath and Beyond. Like everything seems to be like crafted of the earth.
That's just, I've actually been wanting to set up another shack out behind my bar like this. That's really well put together. I like that.
Would you like to sample our wares?
Only if you sample some of mine too. Swapsies.
Of course, yes. And like Lyric will go over, get like this clay mug, and then you can see they have like storage, and we'll pour out. It's going to be warm, but they pour out like a warm mug of mead and hand it over towards you. Absolutely.
Excellent.
And you have something with you for a drink?
Yeah. Basically, it's the ones I had. We did it in the Discord pictures where it's would be the equivalent of like, some of them are bull horns. They're usually horn mugs with like
sure.
Then maybe like an elk antler for the handle.
And she samples and is very like her eyes go wide as you're. I mean, like it's beer, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a sip of my own too, because Eustace is enjoying this place, but he's not completely stupid.
Okay.
So he is gonna drink some of his own mind fuckery prevention brew before he drinks their brew.
Absolutely. So you drink, and it is you get your surge, your kind of your innervation basically from drinking your own, and she drinks, her eyes kind of go wide, and you see it kind of course through her as well. And it's bitter, but like in a good way.
And
fascinating.
To some extent, I'll confess I wanted to kind of try and use some insight to see if when she drinks it, since it does help prevent mind control, to see if anything sort of changes in her when she drinks it.
You can roll an insight. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Very clever. Very clever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insight and what? Wits maybe? Or
wits is fine. Yeah, I'll take wits.
I'm not great at it, but it just felt like the thing to try.
No, it's fine.
One.
Hard to read, to be honest.
That's fair.
There's definitely an immediate like jolt, and her eyebrows furrowed for a moment. But at the same time, it could just be her trying to understand the strange deliciousness of the bitter when what she's providing you is much sweeter, and that is usually what they make around here. So, so it could just be that. Or you could be more suspicious of it, but it's hard to read.
Yeah, fair enough. This is great.
Do you like our wares?
Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, each drink has its place, much like all things in nature. Each has its place and its time. And that drink I gave you, normally you do that with something that's a little bit more hearty, maybe a little savory. This here, man, this is just something it's almost like a dessert drink all on its own.
We would love your guidance. Perhaps we might be able to expand what it is that we craft here.
Only if you're willing to share your wisdom as well.
Of course. Of course. This is the collective wisdom of the sept.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't get this all on my own either.
And then if you don't mind, just, no reason, go ahead and roll a stamina plus composure.
No reason.
Stamina composure? Okay. Yeah. Not mind affecting by any means, is it?
It's mind affecting in the way that drinking extremely strong, where, that kind of thing. Well, it's more just to see whether you like, or maybe it's more than that. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I'll just roll the initial.
It's not important. It's just like just roll for fun.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We're just playing a game.
Okay.
If
it's not mental, oh god. Oh god.
You're like, 2 successes.
Wow.
Oh
wow. How could I get a brutal result on this?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
I'm gonna be the problem. We were sitting here suspicious the whole time, and now it's gonna be me. I'm the problem. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
This is an interesting one to navigate. You take your drink. And it is actually quite delicious. And much like you feel your sense of enervation when you drink your own, you feel something's very similar, different but similar. Coming through, like you just feel this energy coursing through you. You hear this like almost like the sort of the buzz of nature. It's like as all of your senses just open up, and like you just the classic smash it down for another, and in doing so, you bash this clay mug completely. You break, like you're a very strong man. You break through this small little table. You see it kind of goes flipping and flying through the air and smashes into one of the devices and kind of cracks it. And you have effectively damaged some of their equipment in the excitement and the enjoyment of the drink.
Oh. Another.
Of course. And you could see she kind of moves a little bit more carefully,
I feel
grabs
so bad.
a different mug, and that's when we hear the clapping and the whistling as Lou arrives.
Eustace, it's time to go. I also have penumbra sense up now, by the way. I've spent a willpower.
And penumbra sense, I believe, isn't there a roll that's associated with penumbra sense?
Yes, so if you look up a little bit, you'll see I got 4 successes.
Oh, you rolled it? Nice. Okay, so what would you get? You're basically just looking to get to see if there's what of the umber, right?
Spirits.
What of the spirits? There are spirits that seem to be in a very large quantity within the meadow, circling around the wisdom tree, dotting up on the branches themselves. As you come into this area where the bees and the apiary is kind of sprawling out by this mead house there as well, they are in abundance, not dissimilar to how in the around your grove you can see them in abundance and in health. However, more so here. Like this has like there's a congregation of them in a manner and a consolidation that is just not even familiar to your own grove, which they're scattered a bit here and there. It could just be the distance from this place, from the mountain to the rest of civilization, but none seem to be corrupted. None seem to have any, they really just seem like just sort of simple,
Okay, I'm just going to keep that up while I walk around, just to keep an eye on them. But I am glad to see they are healthy and strong. Eustace, it's time to go now. Why did you smash that table? Are you okay? Deep breath now.
Oh my word, Lear, I am so sorry. There's so many things going on. I'm going to help fix this. That is just incredibly, how rude and terrible of me. I feel awful.
No. The mead can be very overwhelming for the first consumption.
It was a lot, and I mean that in the best way.
And we take it as a compliment. Thank you. We will prepare that. But
you've clearly put a lot of work in here. I like your work. I want to help fix that. I do owe you an apology. And
if you would like to help us repair it after your petition with Father, you are more than welcome to assist.
Okay, thank you. That would make me feel better.
Well, I can probably help a little bit if it's technology, but I'm okay at repair. But time to go back to the mommy and daddy, yes?
Oh, it's time for doing the whole petition thingy.
Yeah, Thibaut is showing us around.
We
Taylor.
are.
Hello, sir.
She's just egging you on. That means that in some level she cares about you.
And you see like a little grin comes up. Thank you, sir.
No. Don't say that, Eustace.
And so Selena's going to kind of put an arm around Lou and just sort of pull her off to the side a little bit. And she's just going to say, so interesting point of fact. Mother flies.
They have a mage here.
Who is not Mother?
No, I got those mixed up. I thought that she could fly because the mages maybe have the polymorph spell.
I'm not sure, but just she roosts. she flies. Just something to know.
Are there like other werewolf? Not like so. Luke Garou would be like wolf werewolf. Maybe she is the lapin Garou, like a rabbit werewolf, or something else.
There are many shifter races.
Oh, Jacques.
My old pack
hello.
leader told
Yes,
us of that.
Jacques been following me because he's upset.
Yeah.
Wants to tear her head off.
I've been annoying him today.
Fantasizing about killing Lou.
Jacques is 100% right.
I know, I can sense it.
They are with greater rarity, at least in normal human circles, than Guru. But there are sometimes other shifters. It's not unheard of.
Luke standing by himself, waiting for everyone.
Yes, I such. Okay, let's go.
Rune
let's
is
go meet
like
up with
15 feet from you, just kind of looking at you, and it's just like, no, I shouldn't go talk to him.
He's like avoiding eye contact. Like,
Duke.
oh, you guys finally came back. Wow, that was really
Yes,
long.
I got some. So we can go do the thing.
Yes, we should prepare ourselves for the petition. I think I'm prepared for the petition.
Okay, let's go do the begging.
I already imbibed earlier, but I say we all have a nice toast amongst ourselves. Here's to a bright future with our new friends.
Yes,
and our own camaraderie amongst each other.
Yes. Yes. All of us. Yes, it's
into
a
the
very good
cleansing
idea.
of your souls.
Oh, hey,
Jacques looks. Jacques
Titan?
shakes his head.
And Selena
Jacques.
just pours one and just sort of shoves it in front of Jacques and winks. We should all toast to our success. Yes.
To our success.
I mean, for what's worth, Jacques is seeing Eustace make his stuff. It's all there's no technology in it.
Oh, your stuff. He does.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is
their
Eustace's.
stuff. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, he'll bring.
He's trying to give you the
Eustace.
stuff that helps you prevent
Yeah.
getting your head messed
Yeah,
with.
no. He drinks Eustace's stuff.
Yeah.
Confused.
I was watching Eustace's face, like, oh.
Jacques was like, just kidding, Eustace.
And then because Titan and Rune are there, clearly share with them too.
Oh, they are so excited to be able to share in this. Like, so very excited. And then they
Honestly,
will lead
they're more excited than Lucas. I don't understand. It's pretty normal, no? Is there not? They're older than 14. It should be fine.
Lucas is fine, I'm sure.
So after that, Titan and Rune will lead you inside, and they will take you over towards the actual castle. They will go into this amazing, beautiful wooden doors. You can see that as you go in, it's like a kind of an opening hall. It continues to kind of have that kind of castle-like quality, like it's the stone floors, and you can see there's occasional beautiful like rugs here and there. There's hanging on the walls. There's paintings. There's pedestals and displays of these amazing artifacts and various other finds. Lou, I mean, we could say yours is still going on if you want. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely seeing, again, there's spirit activity, not as dominant as there was out in the Grove, but certainly here as well. But you're seeing just everything's on display. None of it is, you would notice, behind glass casings. None of it seems to be locked away. All of it is just out in the open for anyone to see. There's a handful of hallways here and there, but you're taken essentially just on a direct path. And eventually you go through yet another set of these tall, beautifully crafted wooden doors, these sort of curves at the very top, iron bands that kind of keep them in place. And you can see as you go inside that you are effectively like walking into what looks not unlike a medieval hall, where at the very far end there are steps and a dais, and you can even see something. Well, they look kind of like thrones, in fact, There's a handful of columns along the right and left, more display of various paintings on the walls. You can see that there's a handful of lanterns and stuff. There's no electric light in here. You would notice everything seems to be illuminated through kind of what looks like these beautiful, like kind of orange lanterns that give the pathways light. But then there's these huge windows that are kind of letting in natural light as well. You are, again, being led by these two young wolves, and they haven't really said much as you've gotten inside. And as you approach this dais at the far end, you can see that there are three people that are up there. One appears to be a very, very, very old man. Duke, he is certainly recognizable to you. Silver, gray hair, he's got a decently cropped beard, well dressed, but his dress, much like everything you've seen before, doesn't look to be like garish in any particular way, and it does look like it's like crafted by the community. I would say all of you would notice too that his eyes are quite covered with like cataracts. They're very milky. They're very kind of grayish white. You would imagine he probably has difficulty seeing. Nonetheless, his head does kind of turn every now and then as he sees and maybe hears your footsteps. You can see that sitting next to him in a similar throne, except she is not sitting in the seat, but instead is sort of sitting on top of the back of the chair with her feet pressed where on the normal cushioned seat. You see a woman that's probably indeterminate age, middle age, but slender, lithe, dark, very dark black hair, and you can see like there's one or two like streaks of very bright white. Definitely gives off kind of a goth vibe in some ways. And as you're walking in, her head is constantly kind of cocking like left and right, like in this sort of like almost like jittering way. And then off to the other side of the man standing, and just kind of seems to be like sort of scratching the back of her neck, and then has the cut like looks like a fidget spinner in her hand. Is a short, stocky, dressed woman, probably 30s or so, purple baggy tracksuit, shaved head, and is just kind of messing around with this fidget spinner here and there, and just kind of leans over and whispers something into the ear of the man sitting there. And he speaks up and he's like, "I wondered how long it would take for all of you to finally grace my halls." And there's like this labored breathing. "We know your names and your intentions already, but etiquette demands. Introduce yourselves, your tribes." And he just looks really, really tired as he just turns it over to you. Etiquette demands.
Yeah, so sorry, we wanted to make sure that we were all together when we came into your hall. Thank you for having us.
"'Cause you
Selena.
want to be at full strength and attack me, is that it?"
Oh no, it just seems rude if we're not all together.
Of course not.
Oh,
Of
yes,
course
joke.
Mother,
Yes.
she would have already seen it.
Jacques nudges Duke forward to get the ball started since he's the leader.
Duke will kind of
And there's the old man to old man talk.
yeah, he will reach into kind of one of his pockets and he'll pull out a ring and he'll kind of step forward, say, yeah, well, I'm Duke Dustfang. I'm sure you've heard of me. I am also a Silverfang like you.
Yes. Yeah. Duke Dustfang. You are. Yes. Garu of Lesser Import. You are welcome in these halls.
Duke just side eyes.
Is it?
Jacques steps up. I am Jacques Quietclaw, Red Talon, born under the Ahroun moon.
You hear a shuffling on the seat next to him. You see her move around a bit, and she, with like the reflexes of a cat or a bird, perhaps, suddenly leaps up and is now literally perched, feet in hands, on the back of this heavy duty throne. And she, unbridled death, unbridled death. Hey, that one, that is the one. His enemies, his allies, is back. All. And she just starts like freaking out as she does this. And he's like, quiet, old woman,
I'm
quiet.
going to hit record on my phone. Thank you.
Get out with that. No, that is not.
He loves the Weaver more than the Wild.
My eyes are no good, but my nose is strong. You smell.
You don't mind if I smoke in here, no? Great. Thank you. So my name is Lou. I am a Ragabash.
I need you to make a test, Lou.
Oh,
I need you to make.
Duke has been the best
Hey.
behaved.
Yes. So far.
What? Jacques
Make
didn't
a
say anything. He just
willpower
introduced
test.
himself.
Jacques, you're fine. Lou, make a willpower test, please.
Figures. All right. Let me just go over to
Just straight up willpower. That's it.
Straight up willpower. Okay. So I've got four dice. Oh, two.
It's a different kind of roll.
Different
It's
kind of
just
roll.
you just push it once.
You just have to click on it. Yeah.
It's just a 1d10 roll.
Hold
Okay.
on. It's because I've done this the other way around. There we go. This one. This one.
You roll the number of dice equal to your willpower. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a very, very good roll. Not good enough, but it's a very good roll nonetheless. You hear Lou talking, and suddenly her voice gets scratchy and weird. And as you go and bring the cigarette up to your mouth, it just bumps against plain skin. And as everyone looks over, you see that Lou has no mouth. Her nose is still there, but her mouth is gone. And her cigarette is just sort of bopping up against it. She pollutes the air with her smoke, and now she pollutes it with her. She will be quiet now.
Yes. Sorry. Maybe it
For the
would have
first
been
time
better
ever, you
if
hear
we
Jacques
didn't
laugh.
all come together.
Anybody who has high awareness, who here has decent points in awareness?
My awareness is 3.
Three
Three.
would be good. Okay, so anybody with 3, you don't have to roll. We'll just give this to you free. Right before that, you caught just a little kind of flick of the hands of the woman in the purple jumpsuit. Just a little flick, as she just kind of in the direction of Lou, like her hand, she sort of brought it off of her neck and just flicked it, and then put her hand back behind her neck.
All right, let's get things back on track. Eustace, go ahead and introduce
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes.
So-
yes.
I
One
actually
second.
do have a specialization in etiquette for Guru interactions. So seeing that this guy's like in a castle, old fashioned, and there's even a lady of like the weird Morgan vibes, he's going to try and use like actual etiquette to present himself in a more old timey
Excellent.
way.
I love it. Absolutely. Give it a roll.
3 successes.
3 successes, I
So
would say.
Jeremy doesn't necessarily know the etiquette of it, but you know,
Sure.
I am Eustace of Clan Hart Warden. Grateful for your to be seen in your presence. Yada yada. Yada. Jeremy does not know this banter, but Eustace does.
You present yourself in a kind of deferential way,
A
suggesting
bit of
he
a
is
bow
the
and a
one of-
flourish.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be like a full on,
Yeah.
give your like a was it what the word I'm thinking at? Like prostration or anything like that. It's just you're, being deferential, and you hear like the shiftiness of the woman who is on the back of the throne, who was sort of like screaming death, unbridled death at Jacques. She's, this one humble traveler, good to her. He navigates the spirit's friend, maybe. Well met, Eustace, Hart. Hart Warden. Yes, you are welcome in the halls of the Dawn-Claw. Yes. And then
I suppose that leaves me.
how
Selena
is,
Bendis.
before we get to that, how is Lou handling the fact that she has no mouth currently? How's that going?
Fading smoking through her nose. Seeing if it'll kind of work that
I'm sure
way.
it would work in its own special way. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, Selena, what is it you say?
Yes, Selena Bendis, Theurge of the Children of Gaia.
Did you also want to roll an etiquette? I'm assuming you probably
Sure.
don't have- Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so etiquette wits,
Sure. That's fine.
or what's my other option?
Intelligence,
composure
I
would be even
guess.
better.
No, composure actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Ooh,
etiquette,
that would've
composure.
been
I'll take
even
it.
better.
I like that
Sure.
even better. 2 successes.
Okay. You also get a decent response. You hear like from the atop the chair. Also, friend of spirit. This one, friend of spirit. She kind of like whispers in this sort of strange, elongated voice. Yeah, you are welcome here. You have come because you need my wisdom. Yes.
That is what we were told.
That is the way. Yes. Those of lesser come to those who are better. And we are better. And because we are, we will provide what you need. Yes.
We do not
merely need-
come empty-handed, though we have information to share with you about possible risks.
Yeah, I have my information. And he reaches out and he just sort of like kind of blindly pats the hand of the woman who is sitting atop of the throne. She sees all the past, the present, and all of the futures. What can you provide that she cannot?
Oh, well, that is unclear. I just wanted to make sure you knew that we didn't intend to come here empty-handed, even if you have
Yes.
intelligence that is better than ours.
I thank you. Yes, I thank you for your sentiment. What information, Miss Bendis, do you have?
Oh, well, yes. And so she'll kind of recount, their experiences with Lockroom recently and, all of the things that have been going on down in the valley and kind of just bring them up to speed with everything.
Terrible business. It is why we are here. And I recruit the young ones to show them the way. It is a dark place, the valley. This is a much better place. What is it that you want to ask of me, Duskfang?
So we had an attack on our cairn a few weeks back, and in dispelling the spirit, you could say, some of it resided into my members.
Yes.
And we would like to remove it because we've seen some side effects of what it can do.
Yes. It will devour them over time. Eat them. The innards will turn black and feast on themselves. A horrible way. A cancer of the worst kind.
total werewolf regeneration will keep it at bay for some time, but even a garrow will fall. Yeah, awful thing. Very awful. You need wisdom on how to remove this. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can provide that. Yeah. Yes. Because I am generous, yes.
Yep.
And my generosity of providing this to you, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that generosity will be repaid with an equally generous ask, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well, I will gladly teach you the ritual. There are two things. However, as you can see, I have a very young set. They are very energetic. They are very desperate to learn. And as you can see, I am no longer capable of showing them everything they need to learn. I think if you all would show them, then perhaps you might pass on your wisdom to them, similar to how I pass my wisdom onto you, Lesser Garu.
That can be done.
Thanks. Yes. Yes. And you will help us then in our charge, our task. Yes.
Would it your task will help you become werewolves? Okay, don't die on us. We need to learn the ritual first, and then
He is laughing like very, very fiercely.
Oh, Duke Dustman. I seek the silver crown, and I have on authority that it is there, nearby, and my young ones are helping to find it, but there are some who obscure where it is hid. You'll take them on a task. Help me procure it. And once I set it upon my head, Duke Dustfang, you will bow before me and swear fealty.
As he starts like cackling like wildly, you hear the Raven Lady start cackling wildly, and the mage is just still flipping her fidget spinner like here and there. We can end on that, I think, and we'll pick up. Let you guys think about that. Go from there.
Best place ever.
All right.
Best place
Right?
ever.
Right?
Yeah.
I think this place has a lot going for it, personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Wonderful.
I don't mind crazy kings and queens, you know.
Right? Right? I mean,
Yeah.
we call Duke Alpha. This guy's even like 10 times that, right?
I don't. Anybody who will
Nah.
take away Lou's mouth is, I mean, like.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh goodness. All right. Great. So fantastic. We'll pick up on that next week. We'll see how this goes. Go from there. Why don't we go ahead and do a couple plugs and we'll get on out of here. So Jeremy, you've got a Patreon you would like to tell us about.
Sure. Aaron Reese on Patreon. There's comic books, maps, tokens, fun stuff. Check it out.
Fantastic. Aaron, what's going on over on Garblack?
Next week on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join Millie while she continues her Coriolis campaign On Wednesday, there will be no Marvel Multiverse because I'm down a couple of players and they're just about ready to get murdered if they're not at full strength. So we'll be continuing the rest of the Friendly Neighborhood adventure for rank 2 of Cataclysmic Hang the following week. But on Thursday, you can come back at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can find Pete continuing his Heroic Deeds campaign, running everybody through the Red Hand of Doom.
Fantastic. As for us, tomorrow night, we are doing some more Delta Green, as we should be finishing up our Brooklyn, New York arc. Saturday, we are back to Call of Cthulhu, Eternal Lies. We started it up last Saturday. Extremely excited. We're heading on down to Savannah in the 1930s to investigate some old family mystery. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then Monday, we got Monster of the Week, starting up a new mystery. Tuesday on the schedule, we got some Marvel Multiverse. We didn't have it this week. We should be back on Tuesday. We also still have some giveaways that we want to do. If you are a Marvel Multiverse fan and you want to get some demi-plane codes, we have a couple of those to give away, courtesy of the Marvel Multiverse folks. And then we'll be back on Thursday next week with more of this. If you haven't already followed over here on Twitch, please do. And if you get a chance, go check out the YouTube page for Adventures in Lollygagging. We've got all of our games up there, old, new, and hopefully you'll find something you like. We're going to go ahead and raid High Shelf Collective. So follow the raid when it pops up. Have a great rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. So bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.